All right, good morning. So we're playing the Canadian Football League 2026 play-along season. This is game 2 of week 3. You can see the BC Lions and Hamilton game on yesterday's video. There's a timestamp, so you can go right to that game if you don't want to sit through my update about stuff. I'm using my Big Country Time Sports Big Book. Football time, possession-based. This has events, and then I'll use this to determine the details of touchdowns. So we got the Toronto Argonauts on the road at TD Place to face the Ottawa Redblacks. Quarterback Chad Kelly here in Toronto. Jones/Mitchell at running back. Unger, Coxey, and Maital are the top receivers. Return man, I'm not certain yet who that should be for Toronto, so I haven't put anybody in, but I'm going to just go ahead and put Jones in here. It's probably going to be wrong, but that's all right. Harulahu is our place kicker, and our top defensive players are Bell, Judge, and Amos. And again, this is all subject to change over the course of the season. Toronto at home is a B team. On the road, they're a C team. So they come in here a C against this home team. A C gives them a C for the game. So Toronto's going to be right on the C chart. The Red Blacks at home are a C versus Toronto's away C. They're going to be a C on the chart. So they're both going to be, basically this is anybody's game. Whoever executes is going to win this. So these grades, so for those who don't know, my football time game is basically offense-defense grades. Football time original and classic, you could have home and away team grades, or offense home, offense away, etc., etc. So I'm using football classic single team grades, but I decided it would be more fun to also give them that away effect. So at their home grade is their best possible quality team. On the road might be lower, might be higher, but nobody in this league is going to have a higher away as it is right now. All right, so starting for the Ottawa Redblacks is Mayer at quarterback, Attaboybier at, I think I said that right, Attaboybier is the running back. Eberhardt, Lewis, and Pimpleton are the top receivers. We got Lather doing the place kicking duties. Pimpleton is our return man. Carter, Morgan, and Houston are the top defensive players. Ryan Dinwiddie coaches Ottawa. Mike Miller coaches Toronto. Again, I'll use this. The event chart will be dictated by the secondary die roll. The cards will give us highlights for touchdowns. All right, Ottawa won the coin toss and elected to take the ball. And here we go. Ottawa with the ball first. They're going to roll a 1 on the C charts in event. 5. 5 is the offense has to punt. It's a long return, so it's going to be a punt. But Toronto is going to get the B chart on the punt, so they're automatically in a better position to score. Toronto on a short field goes punt. So Ottawa will fail to turn that into anything with a punt. Toronto. Ottawa goes to work on a touchdown. So Ottawa's going to score a TD. That TD is a 13-yard fullback run. We'll say it's Attaboybier. Attaboybier with a run TD. This book also features a 3-6 table to tell you how the touchdown scored if you don't want to use a deck of cards, right? But it's easier right now with only 2 dice for me just to flip this deck of cards. All right, Toronto's now behind Ottawa Redblacks, 7-0. Final drive of the first quarter, and Toronto's back to their C charts, and they're going to event. And what's the event? 2. His quarterback's picked off. Wow, so Chad Kelly, Arbuckle is the other option here in Toronto. He may be benched. Interception, Chad Kelly. Ottawa's going to get to use the B charts for this drive. Short field for the Ottawa defense. 4 is going to create a field goal, baby. So they're going to get a field goal. Ottawa's Lather with a field goal. And folks, with a field goal, I got to pay attention to my lines here. Toronto, after the kickoff, 5 is going to be a field goal for them. So Toronto is going to score a field goal. That's going to be Harulahu with a field goal. All right, it's 10-3. Ottawa on the kickoff. What do? Pretty low scoring, but they're both average C charts right now. It's going to be a punt. Toronto fields that punt, brings it out of the end zone. 4. They're going to go down and kick a field goal with a chance to miss. They do not miss. So Toronto's going to see Harulahu with another field goal. Folks, it is 7. Those punts I should be rolling, by the way, for I normally roll for a rouge chance on the punts, but oh well. So final drive in the first half. Ottawa 3 is going to be a punt, and it is a rouge. So Ottawa will score a rouge. That's pretty cool. Remember, I say they got a 1 out of 6 chance. On a 1, they scored a rouge. So Ottawa scores a rouge. So let's take a look at the score. First quarter, Ottawa up 7-0. As Kelly threw a pick, Ottawa gets a field goal from Lather and a rouge. So Ottawa scores 4. Toronto gets 2 field goals. Folks, it is 11-6. You got to love that. That's a Canadian score if I've ever seen one. 11-6. Of course, it's a little low scoring, but all right. Toronto gets the opening kickoff of the third quarter, and they're going to score a field goal chance. They do not miss. So right now, it is all Harulahu, 9-11. Ottawa defense is forcing them to take long field goals. Oh, and there it is, a field goal again for Lather. Man, it's 14-9. Toronto's second drive is going to be a punt, and it's a rouge. So Toronto is going to score a rouge. Ottawa taking the ball out of the end zone. 5 is going to get a field goal from Lather. My gosh. Toronto scores 4 in the third, and Ottawa scores 6. Folks, it is 17-10 going into the fourth quarter. We have had 1 actual touchdown in this game. Oh my God, Toronto. Turnover, Kelly, big turnover. Turnover on downs. Third down stop. It's going to be a TOD. By the way, that means Ottawa has to use the D charts on a long field. So that means they drive down, like maybe to the 3-yard line. Third and short, they go for it. Somehow Ottawa gets the ball away, and it's a turnover on downs. Ottawa's now going to have to drive 108 yards or something like that, or 104 yards or something. And here it is, 3-5. Ottawa will be forced to punt. No rouge. Toronto now gets the ball. And, they had a touchdown rolled off of it. Do they make the field goal? They do. Toronto's Harulahu, unbelievable. Harulahu with another field goal. I think they have the lead. 13-17. Ottawa's final drive. Well, could be their final drive. It's going to be a punt, no rouge. Toronto, 2-minute. So they're going into what's called the 2-minute rule in my new book. I mean, my new classic. I'm using the classic advanced rules, but with these charts. 2-minute rule means Toronto automatically gets to go up 1 as they're in basically no huddle. Toronto can Harulahu field goal. That makes it Toronto 13-17, and Toronto now just needs 3. They need a touchdown to win it. Kelly in the ball game, 2-minute drive. They are using the B chart. They need a 5 or a 6 with a chance to take the lead and win this game. No, it's going to event 1 pick 6. Kelly picked off, and it's a pick 6 for Houston. Oh my God, Houston. Folks, game over. Kelly is picked off twice in this game. All right, so Toronto had a turnover on downs. Ottawa had to punt. Harulahu scored 3. Ottawa had to punt, but then we get a pick 6 on the final drive for Toronto. Folks, 13 to, let's see here, 17-24. That looks like an American score right there. Ottawa, let's take a look at our schedule. Ottawa, in the first couple of weeks, Ottawa's 0-1, scored 27. Yep, so they're going to be 1-1, scored 27 and 24. Good for them. Toronto. 0-1, scored 26. So they're 0-2, having scored 26 and 13. They might want to bench Chad Kelly, or what's his name? Chad Kelly, and go with Arbuckle next week. I don't know, man. Not very good. They were completely shut out of the end zone. Kelly with 2 interceptions, 1 return back to the house. Not good for the Argos. And there you have it, folks. That is game number 2 of week 3 in my CFL play along. We only got to go to the highlight deck 1 time in this game. A lot of field goals, couple of rouges scored, which was cool. Both teams got a rouge, is that right? Did I miss one? Yeah, both teams got a rouge. They both had a 4-point quarter. Incredible. Again, using the Big Country Times Sports Big Book for that. Next up, we've played BC Hamilton. This was an absolute blowout. BC won 31-0. Hamilton absolutely could not get it going. Here, Toronto scored 13, but that's underperforming. Ottawa steals one, 24-13 at home. Next is Montreal and Edmonton, and Saskatchewan and Calgary. That's going to be awesome. Saskatchewan, Calgary should be amazing. And there you have it, folks. Using a mix of my charts from the Big Country book, but my new football classic book, the Football Time Classic book, advanced rules for 2-minute rule, short fields, long fields, etc. And then, of course, the event charts, as well as the highlight deck, if I had needed it, and I did not. Thank you for watching. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful week. Bye-bye.